If you've been waiting for the right time to shop for a car, your wait is over. Davenport Auto Park has a lot full of late model pre-loved cars. That's right, they're on the lot, fully inspected and ready to go. And there's more on the way. So come on in for the deal of your life on the ride of your life. We have inventory, all kinds of cars for all kinds of folks. We promise you'll find what you're looking for at Davenport Auto Park, or we'll find it for you. Davenport Auto Park, Rocky Mount.
Welcome to Cuisine with Jean, and I'm pretty excited because I made a new friend.
Yes,
Dr.
yes.
Jean White is our guest, and some of you may have seen her. She cooks with Linda Precioso. What, once a month?
Once a month, yes, the first Friday of every month.
Oh, and Linda's wonderful, isn't
She is. She's wonderful.
Oh, yeah. And y'all have a lot in common.
We do. We're both nurse practitioners.
And I knew you had your master's, so you're a
nurse
family
practitioner.
nurse
Yes, I am.
practitioner. And you have a doctorate in divinity.
Yes, I do.
Wow, you're a very talented lady. So when you cook with her, I know she deals with oils and that type of thing.
Right.
Do you incorporate them at all?
Sometimes we use the oils in the cooking when we do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But she's into healthy, not putting chemicals in your body.
Uh-huh.
So that's we're teaching people healthy eating, and that's part. I've kind of partnered with her on doing that as part of her Medi Spa that she's creating now.
And you have a business yourself, right? And helping people be healthy.
Yes, it's called Get Healthy with Dr. Jean.
Okay. Well, good. And how can people access that if they're interested in learning more?
Well, I have a business page. It's Facebook / Get Healthy with Dr. Jean. That's the easiest way to find me.
Well, we all know we need to do better.
Yes.
I mean, there are very few people who are right there on target with what they need to be. So that's great.
Myself included.
What are you going to make first?
Making peppered Puttanesca.
Wonderful. And that's Italian, right?
Yes, it is Italian.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. You want to get
So
started?
I'll get started, yes.
Okay.
So my ingredients are right here in front of me. So the first thing I'm going to do is use these peppers. They come like this in the grocery store. They're a little bit sweet. And I like that flavor. So I kind of chopped most of them up already so that I didn't have to chop them here.
Okay.
So that's what they look like. And I usually take my chef's knife and I don't go all the way to the end. That way I'm taking all the seeds out, so I don't have to worry about the seeds.
Okay.
And seeding it, and I just do like that to get the rest out. And you could chop it into strips, but I like making the rings. I think the rings are pretty. So just make rings up like this.
And there are probably some people, Jean, who see something like this in the grocery store and they think,
What do I do with it?
Hot peppers. So.
They're not hot. These peppers and bell peppers, no matter what color they are, do not have capsaicin in them. Capsaicin is what makes peppers hot. So
Do you like hot peppers?
No.
I don't either. My husband does, but
I can't taste anything when I have hot peppers in it. But
they make my eyes water, my nose turn red with it. But I think it's an acquired
is.
taste. I've got a son who loves hot stuff, but I do think a lot of people in this area use Texas Pete.
They do, yeah.
But they have to build up kind of a tolerance for that.
They do,
don't they?
yeah, they do.
Okay.
This is what that looks like all together like that. Now, I have already taken the chicken and browned it, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in the pan.
And that looks like all white meat, is that right?
It's breast meat.
Breast meat, okay.
And I bought it, you need chicken strips. These are strips. So so we want strips in the
And
recipe.
you didn't toss them in anything?
I didn't toss them in anything. I put a little bit of oil in the pan first and then browned them. So they're not cooked through yet. They're just browned on the.
Oh, okay.
And when I start,
so you're going to cook it all together.
You can buy breast meat and put it in strips yourself, but it's easier. I bought chicken cutlets, and they were a whole lot easier to make into smaller strips. Put them in the pan, okay? And then I'm going to add diced tomatoes, which I didn't. You could use it from the garden, but I don't have any right now from the garden, so I used them from a can. And I bought already has some spices in it, like garlic and basil and things like that. So I don't have to use quite as much in it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I saw the little green flecks of green in there.
Yeah.
But now people need to be careful because you can get crushed tomatoes, you can get, which are basically pureed, but these are the diced
You want
ones.
to be
You want
diced.
the chunks.
The chunks. You want the chunks in there.
Okay.
And then I have basil from my garden. I love cooking this time of
good.
year because you can cook fresh herbs. And I've also got parsley from my
They
garden.
smell good too.
Doesn't it smell good?
You know, and I have to
love
say,
it.
when I try not to use dried any more than I have to, but fresh make a really big difference. And people can buy them fresh.
You can buy them fresh at the grocery store now. You sure can. So I'm just going to chop those up.
Are there health benefits of using herbs?
It depends on the herbs, but there are a lot. And I mean, there are whole books written about the health benefits of herbs. One of the biggest things is that herbs add so much flavor to things, and make, like, I cook. This is what we call a healthy. This is called a lean and green meal. In my
That's the
world,
green.
this is the no, not really. The green stands for vegetables.
Oh, okay.
So lean and green meal is 1 serving of a lean protein and 3 servings of vegetables. Low carbohydrate vegetable.
So you're going to have the tomatoes, the peppers, and onions?
And the herbs too can be counted. These are green onions.
Okay.
I went ahead and chopped them up last night too, so they'll be ready. And then I'm going to add, and I don't measure it out, just a little bit marjoram. Put a little bit of that in there.
So with your profession, do you advise people on, you share meals and stuff with them too, or food recipes?
Yes, absolutely. And onion powder, just a little bit, because I like the onion flavor.
How well received is it? I mean, do people pretty much stick to it, or they really want to do better and they...
People really want to do better. This is garlic powder.
Okay.
People really want to do better. And typically, this is oregano. They'll do good when they first start out, but then they get tempted, and this is sea salt, and I'm not putting a lot of sea salt in here.
Now we're going to put the recipes on the website Cuisine with
Yes,
Jean.
yeah.
I know you just kind of did what looked good to you, but will you give us some apps
Yes.
so people will
Yeah.
know what to
Yeah.
do?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna stir this up, and I have some capers over there somewhere. I'm gonna add capers to it.
Okay. Okay.
The capers
I
are a
love
little bit
capers.
briny, and then we're just gonna put the top on this and put it on the stove.
So you don't put these in
Oh
yet?
yes, yeah, we'll put these in now. Sorry.
That's okay.
Thank you. I didn't.
Sure. They're beautiful.
Aren't they pretty? And it makes a beautiful dish.
Oh, yeah. Now, do you
It's so
serve
pretty.
it over something, or you try to put the
You can-
carbohydrate base?
You can. This is a complete lean and green meal. You don't need anything else with it. It's a 1 serving of the lean protein, which is the chicken, and it's 3 servings of vegetables, of low carb vegetables. But you can serve, if you want to keep it low carb, you can serve it over riced cauliflower.
Oh.
Yeah, but if you
I've
have
never had that. What does it taste like?
Riced cauliflower doesn't have much flavor at all. Actually, it takes on the flavor of what's around it.
Okay.
I would cook it with chicken bouillon to give it a little bit of flavor if I'm going to use chicken.
The rice.
The riced cauliflower. If I'm going to use it with a beef, I cook with beef bouillon. So it has the flavor of whatever I'm serving it with. I wouldn't want to serve beef bouillon with chicken dish.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and it gets a little bit more flavor. But it's cauliflower. That's why it levels up to so many different things, because it doesn't have a whole lot of flavor on its own.
Is that easy to purchase? I mean, most grocery stores.
Most
have that
grocery
now?
stores have it. You can make it yourself. It's a lot cheaper to make it yourself. I mean, you can buy a head of cauliflower for $1 or so. A bag that has like a cup and a half of riced cauliflower is like $3. So it's like 3 times more expensive than.
So how would you make it? Let's say
To
I
make
buy
it,
a head of cauliflower.
I would take it and I would cut the flowerets off and then put them in a food processor and pulse it to make it look like rice.
And that's what rice cauliflower is? Just the
It's
flowers?
just plain cauliflower.
Chopped up?
Chopped up, yep. And then you cook them. Now, you can make them mashed. They look like mashed potatoes. When I do that, I boil them, cook them, and then I add a little bit of almond milk to it. And I use, what's it called? The Laughing Cow cheese to add a little bit more flavor to it, to make mashed potatoes. And then I use an immersion blender to.
Yeah, there are a number of
do
things
that.
like that have are just kind of a palette of not much flavor that you have to add the flavor to. I mean, I think of white bread. I think
Yes.
of cottage cheese. I think of plain yogurt. You add to it
Add
what
something
you
to
want
it to make
be.
it what you want to be. Yeah. But you can do that, and I'm actually after the break, I'm going to make a salad to go with this.
Oh, good. Well, could you also serve that? And I don't know how you feel about this, but brown rice.
You could. Yes.
Are you a fan of brown rice?
I like brown rice, and if I'm not on my plan, I eat brown rice. When you're losing weight, you don't want to eat rice because it can make your blood sugar go up quicker and it also adds more calories.
Okay.
But after I get somebody to their weight, their healthy weight, then I add brown rice. I would much prefer brown rice over white rice.
And tell people why, in case somebody doesn't know.
Well, the brown rice has so much more nutrient in it. It's much healthier for you.
And fiber.
And also it has the fiber in it, and so it doesn't raise your blood sugar up. You don't want things that, like white rice, will raise your blood sugar up. It's a carbohydrate. And so your body will metabolize it as sugar. So when you eat it, your body metabolizes it, it causes your blood sugar to spike up, and then it crashes down. So you've heard of sugar highs and then sugar crashes. That will do it. But the brown rice won't do that.
What are the main reasons people contact you? Because they have diabetes, because they want to lose weight, or what would be the primary reason?
Mainly, most people enter the program because they want to lose weight.
Okay.
But diabetes is the second one. And almost all of my clients come off their, if they're on type 2 diabetes, will come off their medications. I can't promise them that, but they will at least lower it. The medications,
wonderful.
Yeah. I did. I was a diabetic when I started the program, and when I've lost 100 pounds on the program. Still have 60 more to go. I'm not there yet, but I'm off of all my diabetes medications. And
gosh. And diabetes medicine, just like all medicine, has side effects too.
Yes.
That you really would be much healthier if you don't have to rely on that. You could let your body do it itself.
That's right. Exactly.
Good for you. Yeah. Well, we're going to take a break, and you're going to make the salad.
Yes.
So we'll be right back.
If you've been waiting for the right time to shop for a car, your wait is over. Davenport Auto Park has a lot full of late model pre-loved cars. That's right, they're on the lot, fully inspected and ready to go. And there's more on the way. So come on in for the deal of your life on the ride of your life. We have inventory, all kinds of cars for all kinds of folks. We promise you'll find what you're looking for at Davenport Auto Park, or we'll find it for you. Davenport Auto Park, Rocky Mount.
Your cabinets draw the most attention in your kitchen. They have to last through the hard use of a happy home. Family dinners, game nights, late night snacks, and parties. So when it's time to upgrade or to renovate that kitchen of yours, maybe even to build that dream kitchen in your new home, do you really want to settle for cabinets that could be subpar, do you? Where can you find quality cabinets along with customer service that you can depend on? The solution is simple. You buy your cabinets from a locally owned family business, Magazine Cabinets. Magazine Cabinets sells cabinets that combine solid traditional quality construction with the hand-finished look that is simply stunning when on display.
Customer service was great. I had a warm feeling about the whole situation. So, at the end of the day, I felt great about coming here and giving him my business.
The owners, Dennis and Lorna, pride themselves on their work and ensuring your satisfaction. When it's time to upgrade, choose Magazine. They have a quality you can trust from locals you can depend on.
Thank you for staying with us. Dr. Jean White is our guest. And again, we are going to have the recipes on Cuisine with Jean. And I want to mention that you're coughing a little bit occasionally.
Yeah, I do.
And when she did it, I'm like you guys at home. I backed up and she said, wait, no, this is not. Tell people what's
I've
going
had
on.
this cough for like a little over 10 years now. And I've been to pulmonologists and allergists and all. I've been to all kinds of specialists and everything. And all of them, nobody can figure out why I'm coughing. So they all tell me it's not contagious. Don't worry about it. It's not going to hurt anything. So
It's tough for you, though.
It is because it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
And sometimes it wears me out. But I just can't figure out why I'm coughing. And
does anything help, like lozenges or anything? No?
Not really. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Well, so why did you, and maybe there's somebody watching right now, why did you feel like this particular program would help more than ones you tried in the past?
Because there are so many different components to it. One of the components that I really was interested in was the educational component. There's a 52-week course that I teach them through and coach them through. And so by the end of the course, they've learned not only about what to eat to stay healthy, to lose weight and stay healthy, but they've learned about the way they deal with the world around them. Because Dr. Anderson says that obesity is a big risk factor. And most people say cardiac illnesses are the number one cause of death in the United States. He says the number one cause of death in the United States and around the world is emotional mismanagement. Because people don't know how to deal with their emotions, and they eat their emotions, which causes the obesity, which causes the cardiac problems.
And it's even worse now because of COVID.
Exactly. So a big portion of the education is how to deal with your emotions. So you're not eating your emotions.
I had a good friend who used to say when she was happy, she rewarded herself with food. When she was sad, she ate to feel better. She said it was something that was engendered in her from childhood. And it was a vicious cycle. So you're right. If you don't address
exactly.
that.
I had a friend that called me the other day, and she said, my mom, I took her to the doctor, and she had some tests done, and the doctor said that she had esophageal cancer.
Oh.
And her mother's 92 years old. So she said, I don't know what this outcome's going to be, probably not very good. And she said, I took my mom home, got her what she needed, took her home, and I went to the store and bought a big bag of M&Ms, and I went home and ate every last one of them.
Oh. Wow.
And she said that I know that's just emotional eating.
Sure.
She still has cancer. It didn't cure that. You know, I'm still upset. Didn't cure that. Didn't cure anything. Now I just feel even worse, which is what that does to us when we.
And so you help people realize what their triggers are and why they're doing it to help address that.
Right.
Because that way the results will be much more long lasting.
Yes.
A new lifestyle, a new way of living.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
Wow.
The lifestyle changes are just as important as what you eat.
Well, and I would have to say too, the fact that you personally have lost some weight.
Yes.
Shows that it's kind of like you can relate to them, and they know that you understand instead of if you were like really skinny and you said come this is how you need to do it.
I have lost 100 pounds on this plan.
Wow.
Still have 60 more to go. I'm not there yet. So.
Well, I'm sure you feel a whole lot better.
I do feel
though,
a whole
don't
lot
you?
better. A whole lot better.
And off your diabetic medicine?
Off my diabetes medicines. I've cut down all my blood pressure medicines.
Oh, blood pressure too.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. I do have Hashimoto's thyroiditis, and I'll probably be on thyroid medicine the rest of my life. That weight doesn't cure that. So
someone I know was on a CPAP, and it was turned way up, and she lost weight, and now she no longer needs a CPAP. Yeah. So there are lots of benefits.
Yes, lots of benefits.
But that poor lady found out her mother has esophageal cancer, and I mean that is a huge stressor.
It is. It's a huge stressor. And
so is it kind of like AA and Eating Anonymous and alcohol and anything that's addictive? Can they call you and you can help talk them out of doing it?
Yes.
Okay, because I think that support, at a trigger time, it'd be nice to have a buddy to say, let's talk about it.
Yeah. There are a lot of people, when I tell them the coach is one of the big things about it, that say, well, I can do it by myself. And I said, okay, so why are you why are you talking to me? If you can do it by yourself, why haven't you done it by yourself? Most people need a coach to help them, somebody to keep them accountable, keep them moving in the right direction, to encourage them. I'm your biggest cheerleader.
Oh.
I'm just going to be there for you, and I'm going to cheer you on. And I'm never going to say, what's wrong with you? Why did you do that? I'm never going to yell at you. I'm just going to encourage you.
And it's virtual. I mean, for the most part, you have a few people who come in person, but most people can
I do by
virtually.
phone or by Zoom call, with their choice. I'm comfortable with either one. So if they'd rather just use the phone, that's fine. Otherwise, they use the Zoom call. And for accountability on weight loss clients, I have them send me a picture once a week of their feet on the scales. Get up, take your camera, take a picture of your feet on the scales with your weight. That's your accountability once a week, instead of coming in and getting weighed. And
Well, good. Okay, let's make this, and then we'll still have more time to talk.
All right. Another reason why I like cooking this time of year is that I can cook things from my garden. So these are...
or the farmer's market.
Or the farmer's market. Yes, we have a great farmer's market. These are different kinds of lettuces that I grow in my garden. I have no clue what their names are. I just know... I bought this package that said lettuce, and it had all kinds of different lettuces in it. So I just put them in the ground and cooked them.
How do you keep the rabbits out of it, though?
I don't know. I've never had any rabbits in my yard.
Oh, you're lucky. We have rabbits eating our shrubs all the time.
Yes, a lot of people do. And there was a rabbit eating the lettuce in the garden area at Walmart the other day.
And it's hard to be mad at a little bunny because it's so cute.
It is. But I don't cut these up on a chopping block. I tear them. I think it doesn't bruise the leaves or anything.
And I've heard that's true even with chicken, to shred it instead of chopping
it
and whatnot.
Yeah.
Now, is this kale in here too?
This is kale. I add kale to my to my salads as well.
Okay.
So I just took a couple of leaves, and that's I'll just and then if it's got a stem, a real thick stem like in the middle, I'll take the leaves off around the stem and get rid of the stem.
What's your philosophy about organic or not organic? Of course, you grew this yourself.
I grew this myself, so I'm not worried about it. But I think it is healthier. I agree with the premise that it is healthier, but organic is a lot more expensive and people can't afford it. And I wouldn't stress out over it if you can't eat it. If you can afford it, I'd do organic. If you can't afford it, I wouldn't stress out over it.
I always go to the Dirty Dozen, the annual thing, to show the ones that, like Consumer Reports rates, is these have the highest level of pesticides.
Right.
And on those, I try to get organic if I can.
Yes.
Although if I see a big tub of blueberries that aren't organic and they've got my name all over them, I have to go for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are the ones that have been determined are the most important to avoid.
So do the ones that are more natural. You can get them.
And I just Googled that, so I got.
Now, these are cherry tomatoes. I cut my cherry. Some people just put cherry tomatoes in there like they are. I don't like the feel of biting into a cherry tomato. It's squishing in your mouth. I don't like that. It explodes in your mouth. So I always cut them up and instead of doing that. These are radishes from my garden, and I cut those up again.
Now, the tomatoes weren't from your garden, were they?
No, my tomatoes are not ready yet. So you can. The big thing about salad is you can put anything in a salad. You can put cauliflower. You can put raw
raisins, cranberries,
you can put raisins, cranberries, nuts, anything in there. But I just put a couple things in there just to make it. And I like sugar-free. I'm trying to do sugar-free everything if I can, because again, for the blood sugar levels. So I use this G. Hughes. I use a lot of his stuff. All of his stuff is sugar-free. He makes marinades and stuff like that too. But this is a sugar-free raspberry vinaigrette.
What's in there instead of sugar? Does it have artificial sweeteners or?
I'm sure it does. And I forget now which one he used.
And if you are advising somebody,
I advise people to use stevia because it's a natural.
Okay. Yeah, and there have been some health repercussions of some of the others.
Yes, there have.
So stevia. Gotcha.
So stevia. Let me check this out before I put it on there.
And I was going to have you put the top away, and you said, no, I need that. Are you going to shake it?
I am.
Oh, that's really a neat
So
way.
then I'm going to put some in here. It's not real thick. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't look thick, but it's a
thick.
vinaigrette.
Vinaigrette, yeah. And I'm going to put the top on.
No high fructose corn syrup.
Right. And I'm going to shake it in order to stir it up.
Well, that's good exercise too. It's
good exercise. You get
part
exercise.
of your program too.
We don't recommend exercising when you first start. Get your body get used to the program, and then we recommend doing exercise to your tolerance level. We talk about, well, not just Dr. Villa, but it's a thing in the nutrition world and the exercise world: NEAT versus EAT. And NEAT is non-exercise. Thermogenesis, N-E-A-T, anyways, it's non-exercise thermogenesis. So it's things like when you're talking on the telephone, instead of sitting and talking, talking and telling you're pacing, going back and forth. Okay. So you're walking while you're talking on the phone. If you go to the store, park in the farthest end of the parking lot. Do things to get more energy, more steps in, but it's not timed exercise. Okay, that burns up a lot of calories. It's good for you, keeps you going during the day, keeps your metabolism up. Then the exercise.
I'm going to stop you there on the metabolism part. A lot of people don't realize that your metabolism slows down if you don't move some.
It does.
And that means it doesn't burn calories as efficiently.
Exactly, it does.
So that's another reason for the movement.
Right.
So that's important for people.
Yeah, when you get up in the morning, your metabolism is lower than it is when you go to bed at night. Because you haven't been moving all night long.
So you need to move.
You need to move, yes. So the exercise, exercise activity, thermogenesis, is planned activity like weightlifting and things like that, which you need to do for your muscles. I always tell people that you can't exercise enough to lose weight. You don't exercise to lose weight. You exercise for your health. You can't outrun your fork.
Right.
You can't.
That's a good way.
You can't outrun your fork. So I tell them that you need it for your cardiovascular capacity. You need it for your mood. You need it for a lot of good things.
Your bones.
And your bones. Actually, the weight bearing exercise is good for your bones to prevent osteoporosis. So you need to exercise. But if they say, well, I can't lose weight because I can't exercise, No, that's not true. It's not exercises. And there's always some kind of exercise. Even if you're in a wheelchair, you can exercise.
Oh, I see those in the nursing homes and stuff. They're doing that. We need to take a break. We're going to bring the finished product and
Yes.
we're going to taste it. That's okay.
That's great.
Right back.
If you've been waiting for the right time to shop for a car, your wait is over. Davenport Auto Park has a lot full of late model pre-loved cars. That's right, they're on the lot, fully inspected and ready to go. And there's more on the way. So come on in for the deal of your life on the ride of your life. We have inventory, all kinds of cars for all kinds of folks. We promise you'll find what you're looking for at Davenport Auto Park, or we'll find it for you. Davenport Auto Park, Rocky Mount.
Your cabinets draw the most attention in your kitchen. They have to last through the hard use of a happy home. Family dinners, game nights, late night snacks, and parties. So when it's time to upgrade or to renovate that kitchen of yours, maybe even to build that dream kitchen in your new home, do you really want to settle for cabinets that could be subpar, do you? Where can you find quality cabinets along with customer service that you can depend on? The solution is simple. You buy your cabinets from a locally owned family business, Magazine Cabinets. Magazine Cabinets sells cabinets that combine solid traditional quality construction with the hand-finished look that is simply stunning when on display.
Customer service was great. I had a warm feeling about the whole situation. So, at the end of the day, I felt great about coming here and giving him my business.
The owners, Dennis and Lorna, pride themselves on their work and ensuring your satisfaction. When it's time to upgrade, choose Magazine. They have a quality you can trust from locals you can depend on.
And we are looking at the finished product.
Yes, isn't it delicious?
It does.
It looks so
and
good.
It smells so good
Yes,
too.
it is. It just. I'm just put a little bit in the. We don't want to eat a lot today, so we're just going to put a little bit in each bowl so you can taste it.
I bet this can reheat.
Yes, it reheats
beautifully.
very easily. Yeah, you can freeze it even.
Oh, wow.
Interesting. I'm going to put the salad on the plate, but while I'm doing that, I'm going to tell you that Puttanesca is. It's interesting. It's an Italian, and it means in the way of the whore. I thought, why in the world would you name a dish the way of the whore?
Okay.
So I looked it up and I saw a different story, but mainly the story is that it was during World War II that the Italian women, all the men had gone off to war, and they needed money to run their households, and they wouldn't allow them to work in the factories or anything. So they started
Women
had men coming into their house, right?
Wow.
And so the Puttanesca. It smells good when it's cooking. So the woman that had this Puttanesca that smelled the best is the one that got the most men and had the most money. So it's an interesting story you can tell your guests when you serve it.
Wow. Well, it kind of makes me sad to think that people had to.
Yes, it is. It's a sad story, but it's an interesting story.
Oh boy, this is excellent. I love. Oh, this has the capers in it, so we need to be
Yes.
sure on the website we will have it to put capers in it. I like that kind of brine, a little bit of flavor.
It's good. Delicious.
And so, if people want more information to talk about and see if your program would be something that would help them, and folks, I don't know what it costs, but the commitment to do something like this makes your life healthier, much better quality. You can get off probably some of your meds potentially.
Yes, potentially.
You
Yeah.
live longer.
You're happier.
Yeah, quality
My
of
life is
makes-
totally different than it was
Yeah.
before I lost the weight. It's not just the weight loss. It's up here too, because this is where it happens. And I'm happier. I'm a happier person. I relate to people better. I'm just a happier person.
If you've been waiting for the right time to shop for a car, your wait is over. Davenport Auto Park has a lot full of late model pre-loved cars. That's right, they're on the lot, fully inspected and ready to go. And there's more on the way. So come on in for the deal of your life on the ride of your life. We have inventory, all kinds of cars for all kinds of folks. We promise you'll find what you're looking for at Davenport Auto Park, or we'll find it for you. Davenport Auto Park, Rocky Mount.